hit this go live button. Wonderful. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. And thank you so much for joining us for today's broadcast of Faces of First Year. This is brought to you by Pima Community College and the First Year Experience Program. For those who I have not yet met, my name is Renee Forsyth. My pronouns are she, her, and I lead the FYE program here for the college. And if this is your first time watching this series, our goal is to connect students with resources and programs that are going to be supporting them during their first year and beyond. So whether you are a current student, a new student, or maybe a prospective student, welcome and thank you so much for joining us today. So we are going to be talking about early alerts and the PimaConnect system. So I have some fabulous folks here who I am excited to introduce you to because they are just some of the many fabulous faces behind this resource. So Jackie, will you please introduce yourself, tell us who you are and how you support our students?
Thank you, Renee, very much so. My name is Jackie Allen, and I'm the Acting Dean of College Readiness and Student Success. It's a big title, but basically what I do here at Pima is I support different teams at the college in regards to the learning centers with tutoring and coaching, the libraries and library staff, testing and placement. And then I also oversee the student success department. So the courses that you might take are called STU and ICS 81. And the way that I'm connected to this topic of PimaConnect and early alerts is that I'm on a fabulous team for several years now in promoting and developing this tool to communicate with students better across the college. And so I'll hand it over to Elena.
Hi, everybody. I'm Elena Grajeda, and I teach Spanish here at Pima. I've been here for just a little over 25 years, and I really enjoyed it. I've been teaching online for the last 10 years, and I am the department head for Pima Online World Languages and Reading. And I am a user of PimaConnect from the instructor side. So I'm here to tell you a little bit about the benefits and advantages of PimaConnect from an instructor's point of view and how it will help you as a student.
Very cool. Those sound like some big titles for some big important jobs here at the college. Thank you both so much for all the work that you do. And side note, if you all didn't catch it, earlier this semester, we did a Faces of First Year broadcast about student success courses. So if you want to learn more about that topic and some of that other work, go check out that previous recording. But as we mentioned, today we are focusing on early alerts and how they function within a really cool tool at Pima, which is called PimaConnect. So Jackie, can you help define and explain what PimaConnect is to start with?
Yes, I would love to, because anytime a student sees this word PimaConnect, I want you to think of a communication tool to connect you to others at the college that are here to support you. And so there's many different ways to find it, and I think we'll be talking about that later. But really what PimaConnect is it's a tool that we have at the college so that a student can come into the system. They can see all of their courses, meaning they can see who the instructor is. They can see the instructor's email, a little bit more information about the course. They also have the ability to schedule meetings with certain people on their teams. So for example, probably the number one person on this team is your advisor or counselor, because you need assistance with registration or, making a pathway for you here at the college. So you'll constantly be probably, scheduling appointments with them. You can schedule appointments with your instructor if they're using this system as well. And then if you have a coach in some of your courses, it's a perfect way to connect with them and schedule an appointment. The other part of it is that we're using this tool to promote our early alert initiative. And early alerts are something that we wanted to do at the college to say, as an instructor, I see you're doing well, or I see that you may not be doing well in my class. And I'm really worried, or I want to share that information with you. And so if we're able to go into the system and send off this alert, then what it does is it gives you an email, and it also alerts someone else on your success team. It could be your advisor or your coach, or it could be a referral to a tutor. And so the instructor has that immediate connection with you and with the other person that they may want to send you to, just to gain, some additional support in your course. So this tool makes that, happen, and the ability to see it and to get that information to you as quickly as possible.
Really neat. So PimaConnect is the tool, and early alert is one of the features of it, to either give a shout out and a kudos, you're doing great, or a check-in follow-up of, hey, there's some concerns, let's follow up and support you through that. Is that a gist of it?
Exactly. And it is available to almost every course and every student at the college. So if you are a Pima student and you get into the system, you should be able to see all of that information there and see the kudos. One of the wonderful things about this system is that an early alert can be something where we're concerned, but it also is, you're doing great, keep up the good work. And those are our kudos that we send out. And we know many students value that, and we hear many times, my instructor knows I'm doing well. Oh, thank you so much, is some of the feedback we get.
Well, speaking of instructors, Elena, you use this tool as a faculty member. So how else would you generally describe how it works and functions in your relationships with students?
Well, I like the word connect. That means you are connecting to your faculty, to your advisor, to your other support staff. Like sometimes some classes have success coaches, and some students are in sports. You'll see your sports coaches are on there as well. So it's a network that you have in PimaConnect. For me, I like to think of it as an integral part of your Pima academic experience. We care about your success. We care about you doing well and moving forward in your academic goals. And this is one way we communicate with you for that goal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've heard you both kind of refer to this as like a communication tool. So I'm curious, Jackie, if you were to describe early alerts as a communication tool, what would it be? What would you liken it to, and why?
I really think of it as a megaphone, because it's something that, when you bring up a megaphone, you want to shout out and you want to tell someone what's going on and maybe ask for help or alert. And so that's what I think of when I think of PimaConnect and early alerts. It brings your attention to certain things as a student, and it gives you a little bit more control of understanding where you're at in the course. If you're doing well, not doing well, or how you could connect with someone to help you. And the communication part of it is instrumental. It is so important to be able to feel comfortable and, feel like you have easy access to reach out to someone when you're looking to speak with either your instructor, your advisor, your coach, your tutor, anyone like that. This megaphone kind of sends that out to everyone on the team.
That's funny. You say megaphone, and my brain thinks of like cheerleaders on the sidelines with the megaphones cheering on the team. And it is a team tool that is used by that Success Network to support the students. So
exactly,
that's really cool. All right. So what is a myth or a stigma about early alerts that you want to debunk? Jackie, what comes to mind?
The first thing that comes to mind is that it's not always negative, and it's not supposed to be a negative for a student. So the early alert, idea is to give students more power and to tell them exactly what's going on. And specifically, when you receive an early alert, maybe it has a flag. They're called flags, or they're called referrals. And the instructors will include comments in this information. So you're reading the email and you can see directly from your instructor, oh, you've missed a few assignments, or we're worried about you. You haven't attended class in a couple of days. Or you know what, I really think you should work with this tutor. So I'm going to send a tutoring referral, or a coach about study skills. And it gives you the power as the student to say, okay, this is exactly what I need to do if I want to improve. Or as a kudos, you can really get affirmation like, okay, I am doing what I need to be doing, and I should keep on moving on with what I'm doing. So the stigma to say that it's a negative is definitely not what we want to portray. And sometimes when you may know that you're not doing well in the course, but you're not sure why, please go ahead and read these emails and read these comments to really get a better detail for what you could do to improve.
Don't be shy or hide. Yeah. Elena, do you ever encounter concerns from students about who sees these early alerts or comments? Anything that you would address in that regard?
I have, and because it's a team and network, an advisor will follow up on if I send an early alert, a concern that a student may have missed a lot of class or missed a lot of assignments. I am alerting the student, and I make it very personal. I care about the student's success, but then also it's followed up by advising, which is part of the network. And that student's designated advisor is going to follow up. So I've sometimes heard from a student like, how did my advisor see that? And then I explained that we're a team, and it's all housed within just your little network, and it doesn't go out to the broader public. And the student feels so grateful to have this teamwork, this network to support their learning, and that they've been reached out to. Somebody has reached out and looked out for them. And so I have heard the concerns, but they haven't been many, but it has been about, who sees this more than, because usually it's just a communication between the instructor and the student. This time it's the instructor, the student, and an advisor or the success coach.
Side note, I do see that we have some live viewers joining us here. Thank you so much. If there are any real-time questions that we can answer or address for you, go ahead and ask them down in the chat box below, and I will make sure that we get those fielded for you. All right, so Jackie, when do early alerts start to take action? When will students start noticing them? What's that timeline?
Great question. Yeah, great question. So immediately after courses start, we want instructors to utilize the early alerts, because right away in the first few days, it's important to us to know if a student is participating, if you're online or virtual, if you're logging in to our system, if you're in person, if you've missed the first day of class, the instructor is able to send an early alert to, an advisor. And they may reach out by phone or email. They might try to contact you a couple of times just to see if we can get in touch with you. And sometimes what's nice is to have someone else, speak with you about the course. Maybe it's something tied to a personal situation you have going on. And so you may or may not feel comfortable sharing that with the instructor, but maybe you've already built a relationship with your advisor. So that's why we feel this team approach is so important. And so right away, we definitely want that connection to start. And then you'll see different times throughout the semester, depending on what class you're taking. They may come, 2 or 3 times, or maybe double that if the instructor really likes to use it as well.
Elena, any sweet spots about when you really find that these early alerts are helpful in supporting the students in their timeline and their journey at Pima?
I support what Jackie said right from the beginning, but I think for me as an instructor, probably around the first due date, which is early in the semester, I start looking to see, is the student participating? Are they attending? Are they logging in? For me, I teach online. And also I like to send "you're doing great" emails, because sometimes you need to hear that. Am I on the right track? Am I doing it right? So right from the beginning, I'll let a student know you are doing great. And so the kudos go out as well as any concerns. And something that I haven't said yet is that one of the reasons I like to do that through PimaConnect and not just through email is that it stays in PimaConnect. So a student can go back into PimaConnect and see all the previous emails. It's all organized for a student to have a record without having to search a very full email box.
So that's a great segue into where can students go to access and find PimaConnect and then the early alerts?
Yeah, so PimaConnect is available inside My Pima. It's in several different places on the homepage, in your checklist, and even in the Student Resources tab. You can add it into your Launchpad in My Pima. So anywhere you click, typically in My Pima, you'll be able to find the link to PimaConnect. We are hoping to put this in D2L very soon, possibly coming in the spring. So we're excited about that. And for early alerts, it's really the email that you'll receive. So it's critical, please, as students, check your email as often as you can, because that's the first, connection that you might have with your instructors, especially if it's not an in-person class. But just a constant communication, style that we use here at the college. And so your early alerts will come in through your email. But you can go into PimaConnect, you can see them, you can view them, and you also in PimaConnect want to schedule your appointments and your meetings with your advisors, counselors, coaches, and sometimes even your faculty will use it for office hours. So it's a great way to see what upcoming, meetings I have scheduled, when are they, do I need to reschedule, and all of that as well.
That's great. In the chat right now, I added a website link just to kind of generally describe how to access PimaConnect. And then later I will add to the video summary links to demo tutorial videos about how to access and navigate it accordingly. All right, so to wrap things up, let's talk about why early alerts are important for our first-year students to take advantage of, pay attention to, and really use as a proactive tool. So Elena, why do you think early alerts are important for them?
Well, sometimes a student doesn't know to come forward and talk to the instructor. And so the early alerts are a way that we communicate. We notice that you may need some help, or we notice that you haven't been around and how can I help? So for me, the early alerts are really a way to show that that we're a team. We care about your success. You and I are working together for you to finish this course well and successfully. So for me, that's the benefit of it, is that no one falls through the cracks this way. You are being noticed and you're being helped. So that's one of the ways I use it as an instructor.
Yeah, proactive support instead of reactive addressing of issues or concerns, trying to support them in advance. I like that. Jackie, how about you? Why do you think early alerts are important?
For this question, I'm trying to put on my student hat and thinking, if I were to receive one, I think how I would feel is to know, oh my gosh, my instructor sees, how I'm doing in the course, and it's less risky of me to go and ask. I already know. And now I can follow up with them and say, oh, I received this email and I want to know more. It's not me having to initially reach out first. So I know for me, that would be very helpful in just feeling more comfortable with connecting, especially if it was the first time here at the college for first year, students, or if it's first in the course with the instructor as well.
Our students really do truly matter to us. And this is just one of many ways that we try to make that evident and give that support to them in and out of the classroom. So great. Well, if there are any other questions that you all have regarding PimaConnect and or early alerts, please feel free to drop them in the chat box below, whether you're watching this live or in replay, and we will make sure to get those fielded and addressed accordingly. Again, there will also be more information and links in this video summary. If you liked what you had to watch today, make sure you give us that like button, click that bell notification so you can subscribe to this channel and get alerts yourself when we have other Faces of First Year broadcasts that are coming up soon. And for more information about that upcoming schedule of events, make sure you check out Pima Engage. That's pima.edu/engage to see all the different co-curricular events and activities college-wide, especially those hosted by the First Year Experience Program. I want to thank you all so much for joining us today to talk about this great topic. And for those of you who are watching us, thank you for your time. Take care until we see you again. Keep striving.